Good evening, good evening. Welcome to the live Facebook. I hope you can hear me. Sound pretty good. Okay, and let's take a look at the respective members, and we do hope to see tonight some of the things that I'll be sharing with you will prove to be very useful as we are in the midst of a very nice November-December rally, which I've been talking about it since September, and also assuming the October was the bottom, and we were kind of spot on in. If you like and do share this video in your timeline while we move on to what I have for you tonight in our live Facebook. Thank you, Nora, for your support as you and for your strong support that I usually get on my Wednesday night. All right, welcome to our live Facebook, and tonight is about finding the cheapest stock in the stock market. It's not easy, but we'll show you how with the aid of Smart Roby. That's right. Now, if you don't have Smart Roby, in here you can download this from the Google Play Store and also Apple Play Store, and that's pretty much how we're going to be showing you. We also be looking at a couple of stock analysis in here and going on that basis how we intend to share with you going forward. All right, let's take a look at our agenda tonight. So as I said before, we are in the middle of the November-December rally right now. So we'll be looking for some cheap stocks. Now, the cheap stocks usually is in the context of undervalued stocks. So if you're talking about the fundamental side approach, is always what we call cheap stocks. Now, do take note, cheap stock is not equivalent to penny stocks, and they are certain characteristics that they have, and they generally don't move as fast as the usual stock that we talk about, which is a shorter term. But for tonight, I want to share with the audiences here how you can find this cheap stock, finding this undervalued stock, and how you can trade them, especially if they are coming from a very low base, especially those of you who miss out in the recent rally and didn't get in those shares that we talk about in here. Maybe some of these undervalued stocks may give you an opportunity, and using the Smart Roby rating, that is a level of confidence that you all will have before you really want to buy into these shares. I think that is the whole purpose of Smart Roby and VSA in here. Now, the good news has passed us. Now, remember last week we had the meeting in San Francisco between Joe Biden and presidency. So what we have pretty much ironed out is a likelihood, no war, no Taiwan invasion. Okay, Taiwan invasion is unlikely. Okay, and also, you know, they are also military talk right now. Okay, talking to each between them. So that has sort of set up the so-called calm environment for the November and December rally. I think that's very important too. As I said before, many times ago, I do not think China is in the right atmosphere to start the war that they cannot afford to lose. If they have little experience in fighting since Second World War. If you look at in the history, they have not really been into a war. They have modernized their armies and also their ships and also their aircraft, but a lot of these are still lacking in that basis, so they are not willing to go that. So on that basis, the China-Taiwan invasion not likely to happen. So a lot of the chip, like Taiwan semiconductor chip, will tend to do much better on that basis. Yeah. Now, also this yesterday morning, we also have NVIDIA taking center stage. Okay, which did post a very good result. Okay, NVIDIA, which is the AI chip rally, and this is the rally that we are seeing right now. And also don't forget the Sam Altman, who was terminated from the OpenAI, got reinstated and even got a job with Microsoft, and that's why Microsoft did nice jump, and a lot of the AI stocks started to move up, and that has since played into the background that we see in here. And another good news, you may also notice the inflation is also trending down, right? We were at 3.7%, and then we gone down to 3.24%. So that is also likely to show that the US Federal Reserve, okay, Jerome Powell, all right, Jerome Powell or FOMC, unlikely to raise interest rate, okay? So interest rate is no. Okay, there won't be any interest rate raise, so that's why we are seeing the market continue to rise. We did break, as I was saying on Monday on the breakfast show, I expected the market, right, because Thursday is the Thanksgiving, so Thursday, November 23rd is a public holiday. Okay, it's a public holiday, so there won't be, and I thought the market would be quiet, but instead the market broke out yesterday, right? Broke out on yesterday, but since then, broke out on Monday, and then on Tuesday taper off. I'll have to see whether tonight the market can continue to break higher also. Now the S&P 500, as I said before, I'd like to talk about the context first, because the US market, S&P 500, is the main driver, okay, of the other regional market, including our Bursa, okay, Bursa Malaysia. So you have to see if the S&P 500 drive the regional stock exchange, okay, and that's likely to push up. So if this thing is going up, then this one is going to go up, and the same as the respective in here. So S&P has the best week since 2020, and that's very, very positive news. So what does it tell us? Now looking into the VSA 360, right, you can see that usually for the month of November, right, we have October was down, September was down, August was down. There was 3 consecutive months that was down, all right, and this was due to the CPI figures and also interest rate. So right now, going forward with the backdrop of the CPI figure for the October is lower, you can see this. Let me just get the eraser. I'm trying to figure out eraser here. Okay, 8%. Okay, it's already 8% up. So you can see this is 8% up, and then you have perhaps another 3% up. So this one easily, the US S&P 500, the ETF, VOO, can exceed 20%. So we got another 3-4% in here. In the same article, what they're trying to say here, the S&P, the history has stated that this is likely to produce another 3-4%, and then we have the January. Okay. So the January rally, we have to see. You can see if the December is muted, then we have a very muted in here. If you have a small one, then we have a nice January rally. That's always the case. So it all depends on this December. If a December one is muted a bit, maybe 1-2%, then you probably get the January rally in here. You can see when it went up by 4% in 2021, then profit taking. Here also 3% up, profit taking. 2% up, profit taking. So same thing lah. So December, you can see once the thing push up, you get 2-3%, then you get 2024 January will be profit taking. At least I sort of set up some sort of basis where this market is likely to be. Now on our Malaysian front, you can notice we only have 2 occasions here and here, which is the foreign fund we're leaving, and then we have a nice buy-in. They went up to about almost 300 million for the foreign fund. So that is keeping the market very, very good. So you can see here, this is the old high, which is the 1470 here, right? So with this foreign fund coming in, what do you think? Do you think this market can break up here to above 1470? All right, you can see here the last one went up 1470, another one, and this time it's actually giving it a pretty good volume also, right? And you notice on the right hand side of this volume of the foreign fund, you compare back to September, definitely you see foreign funds are coming in. Now, of course, the foreign funds are coming in also partly is due to the strengthening of the ringgit. So they do forecast a stronger ringgit. But right now, it's supported at 465 to a US dollar. The ringgit has strengthened in here. So if they come in and buy and exchange to ringgit later on with the ringgit strengthening, this is also good. And one of the reasons why ringgit strengthened is because US dollar is depreciating because they are not going to raise interest rate, as I said before in here, due to the better CPI figures, which we talked about earlier on. So that has been fairly positive for this market condition that we're having right now. So how do we find FA, stand for fundamental stock in Smart Robi? Now, in the Monday breakfast show, I've talked about this very frequent in here. And just want to share with you, going back to 23rd of October, we look at Westport. This will be the easiest way to look at it, but I'm going to give you a little bit of background also, how to look for them too, all right? So you can see Westport on the 23rd, which was around $3.20. So let's take a look where the market is right now, okay? And go to Westport. That was 23rd. Westport holding. So you can see $3.20 on the green Pentagon. You can see here was the 23rd, right? A nice push here. Let's say now is almost 9%. All right, we're coming up from a very low base. That's a good one. 9% gain from here. So this was a nice, let me just write this down in here. Pen, plus 9.3% gain from 23rd. The market has gone up. So this is a pretty good one in here. And we can also check out the FA. If you don't have the FA, you can go over to the trading view, right? And just click on here and you go to finance. You can see it pays a 4.5% dividend, PE of 14 times, right? Later I'm going to talk about the PE on, and you can see it's about 11 billion. So that's a very good, decent stock that we have here, okay? Now let's go on to the next one. And then on the 30th, we talk about Hong Leong Industry. Hong Leong Industry was from just turned green Pentagon also. You can see here, green Pentagon on... Right now, remember all these stock pick that we pick from the Smart Robi apps are rated at least 4, 5, 6 and above. Smart Robi rating. Okay, Smart Robi rating. So they are pretty high in that case. So let's take a look at Hong Leong Industry. So just now here, HLIND. And yeah, it went up. So that was around here, right? Around $9. Yeah, around $9 here, right? And since then, he has moved up to, let's do this, okay? Info line, about $9 here. And it's moved up 3% only because the amount is bigger. All right, so 3.2%. Okay, so it's up 3.2%. And of course, because we do have the November and the December month, are stronger. Okay, the December and November months are stronger. All right, so that's the two examples that we have previously. So make sure you follow me on the breakfast show as I talk about more of this undervalued cheap stocks. Okay, now also on the breakfast show for the US market, every second and fourth Monday I'll be doing the US market. And if you look back onto the 27th, I actually came up with two stocks at that time. All right, two stocks. Okay, which is GSL and Verizon. So GSL was coming down around 1750 above it. Then let's take a look. Okay, and so I do cover both the US side. It's a global list, still around the same price. It actually went lower in here. The result was very good, surprise and 6%. So the market actually dipped, but the result was good, so it turned back to green Pentagon. I think it's going to march back up again. Okay, and let's take a look at the you can see the PE is only 2 only, right? PE is only 2, and it pays a 8% dividend. Right, this is a very good company in here, mainly unknown. You can see over time the PE always been 2. At one point 2020 was 9-10. So if they have another valuation, again, I think this stock can actually go much higher. All right, then the next one is Verizon. All right, So they are in the shipping. So Verizon are basically just like our Maxis are. You can get the new phone, change in for this. So you can see on the 22nd October, it shot up to $34. So let's take a look. Is where Verizon. This was where it was here, this level here. And now is about 8%, up 8%. But of course, we know lah, because the market has gone up for the US side. So that's a nice month, which is why I do share some of the, and it's still going higher. Now 328 is going up. Pre-opening is 3725. All right. So that's on the Smart Robi Insight. Now with the VSA Smart Robi, I think we do most of the work for you. All right. So you have to do the screening. So this is where we do the Smart Robi FA screening. Right, you can just go in and look at it. Then the company analysis, we use the Smart Robi ratings, right, which uses 3 financial metrics: ROE, that's a return on equity. Okay, then another one, we look at dividend. Okay. Then we also look at PE. PE is very important. The lower the PE is better, but not too low. All right, we want the PE is lower than the average index, or average of the sector lah. You can check this out also on the Smart Robi. But we have to make sure we don't buy a value trap. In this case just now, GSL, the US stock, you notice the PE is only 2. So sometimes we have to ask ourselves why the PE is so low. Could it be a value trap? Right? So that's important to have, because sometimes if the PE become too low, right, then it will stay low for a very, very long time. So that's why we need to. Now, one of the simple things where we look at it on the FA stock, we look at PE. Now, PE, we must always compare, okay? We must always compare to the sector average. All right, so one way we do that is in the Smart Robi, we calculate the sector average. So let's say the sector average is 18 times, okay, PE. Okay, this is the average. And if the PE for the stock, okay, ABC is 12 times, so then it's considered to be cheap. That's what I mean, cheap. And then also if the earnings continue to grow, that's good also. Book value, we don't pay so much attention. Market value is just the stock prices. And dividend, we also pay attention. So dividend, and intrinsic value. Okay, intrinsic value and dividend goes into the calculation of the Smart Robi. Okay, dividend yield. So it goes into the Smart Robi in here. So we take into all the financial metrics, make it easier for you and calculate for you, so that you don't have to do major of the work. And that's how Smart Robi has been intentionally worked out in here. Now these are the latest list that I got in from our back end of Smart Robi. You can see these are the undervalued stock below 1 ringgit and using Smart Robi ratings. You can see this is a Smart Robi rating 644445 here, but I only pay attention to the industry. Okay, pay attention to the industry. I generally like Malaysian flour. You can see a market cap about 700 million. Then technology, this is big one, 6 billion. MYEG, and MYEG that did pretty well. It's just that it's been stuck there. And also Pentec. Pentec is also a mid cap stock, about 770 million. With about 90 cents here. Okay, so you can take a snapshot of this or come back and watch this again, but these are the one that I look at because I'm paying attention to industry. And then after that I look at the PE. All right, PE, you can see here 7 times, Murah 7 times, and then you have technology 14 times. Okay, and then Pentec is 6 times only PE. Okay. Then we have the above 1 ringgit one, which is a mid cap to large cap, again undervalued. We have Jaya Tiasa, right, 99 cents here. Okay, then we have Tiguan, Power Roots, YTL Power, okay, financial services, RHB cap. I think some of the members also bought Hibiscus, right, energy I rated a 4 here. So this is actually good. We have find out all those MFCB, and then we have MBMB. This one is a Kancil, right? And also Gamuda. So now we're going to be looking at the stocks to see whether it is worthwhile to take it up or not. Okay. And also Smart Robbie FA has it in here. Now, if you look back on the previous slide that I was talking about, 8th of September, you will notice merging markets. What is the average here? Right, average here, the PE is berapa? 13 times, 11 times. Okay, 13 times to 11 times. Great, Nora, for writing it down. 13 times to 11, but some of the stocks already run. So we have to pick those stocks haven't run yet. Like Jaya Tiasa is one of the stocks that we actually pick up. So you can see from here, emerging market and Nikkei, which is Nikkei Japan is 14 times. So a lot of the stocks you go back when we are looking at it just now. You can see the PE is 9 times, power is 16 times, you see, and 13 times. So these are very low PE. That's why it's undervalued. Can understand, right? It's not that difficult. So the way to trade that is that first of all, we only take a short-term opinion. Maybe November to December. That's about it. And if you do get a certain percentage, we'll take profit. Also cut loss also, even though they are very strong fundamental stocks in here. Sometimes the market can break somewhere, like SK Press, right, which we thought can go up. It break even lower. Right, we have to cut loss here. All right, and that's what we need to pay attention to, the green and red pentagon. So let's take a look at MFLA right now and examine it here. So you can see MFLA is a very nice one here. Just broke through the so-called 200-day moving average, right? And you can see it's coming up from a nice low base here. So this is like what we call a stage. All right, maybe I can't draw it here. Like this is a stage 1, and also on the background you see a lot of what? Sign of strength, right? Sign of strength. And now the trend line started to move up. All right, you can see there's actually a trend line plotted that we have, right? But I'm not going to use it here. So you can see right now it's moving MFLA. Let's check out the financials here. You can check PE of 9, pay a 4% dividend. Okay, pay a 4% dividend, which is not bad. They didn't list that PE here, so you can check that. So right now you have you got the upthrust. It took up the upthrust, and I do think MFLA can go higher, right? Since then, it also was one of the stocks, and it's just doing 70 cents. Okay, then we have MYEG. So MYEG, let's look at the financials. I'm just going to go here under finance. You can see 14 times PE, while the average is much higher. TS Wong, it doesn't pay any dividend. 2,300 employee, right? Big company in here. You can see PE been around 16 times, 24 times. It's come down a fair bit. Okay, so that's why it's been relatively cheap. You can also check out the return of PE is 14 times, right? Return equity 21 times. Return invested capital 17 times. So they are very profitable company. They keep it that way too. So you can see from here, you have, this is a range bound. Okay, the market could not 1, 2, 3. But I do think that at this point of time with the rally, this market can break up. You can see there was a spring here, just trading above the 200-day moving average, and that's very strong. If you look in terms of, if I can draw it here, can I draw it here? I prefer to have the others. I can't draw it here, but I'll just leave it at this. So you can see here, there's line chain, there's test here. So the market is still in a stage 1, trying to break above. As soon as it break above the 84 cent, then it will begin the stage 2. All right, stage 2. But the only thing positive right now, I can see there is strength in the background. You can see here lots of the SOS, right, and also staying above the 200-day moving average. All right, that's something very good. Next we have is Pentec. So you can see Pentec again. Pentec has been the uptrend already since then. As you can see from here is a stage 1 accumulation going up to stage 2. Now it looks like a distribution. Okay, right at this junction here, if you draw the trend line between here to here, here to here, it's trying to break up. Now this have to be a bit careful, because if we do see a red pentagon breakdown here, then the market may continue to distribute, right? But having said that, Pentec financials, going to overview, only PE of 6 and pay a 6% dividend, which is a very, very good one, right? Pentec, and what they do piping and fitting. It's a very strong company, only 1,000 employees here. So we can see it started off at 72 cents, right? Gone up here, stage 2, stage 3. Okay, here may be beginning of a stage 2, so we don't know yet, right? But it does look like here, but if it does have a wash, and then later on a green pentagon, I think it's also good to pick up that green pentagon from then onwards. Yeah, so that is how I would look into it. Okay, next is the Tiguan. There are some of what I've talked about earlier. I did not talk about that. Perhaps if you want me to say it or want me to analyze the stocks, let me know. Now, Tiguan has a nice line change, which is 3% up, but today profit taking sets in place. Low base here. Okay, financials. Only a PE of 9, pay a 3% dividend. Okay, and statistics. Let's look into the earnings, right? Return of equity 10%, invested capital 8%, so not bad also. Okay, pay dividend in here, but not sexy lah. Packaging, plastic packaging. So this one you can see it's been coming down, and there's a lot of SOW. All right, that's a lot of SOW. Right now it's building up a nice base here. The market pullback, not ready to go higher. It's going to test back this 200-day moving average. Okay, so what you have seen in here, green pentagon straight up. So we have to see tomorrow the thing reverse out. But this huge volume surge, they're trying to push up at $2. Not really yet in here. Okay, it's we prefer, like it or not, to be above the 200-day moving average. Then it can continue to go higher. So this is next one is like YTL Power. All right, so you can see YTL Power is a good example of this. You can see above the 200-day moving average, right? So you can see from here, stage 1, stage 2. Here's like a stage 3, right? Stage 3, then going up in here, and then started to break up. That's why it's good, you see. Right now, there is a support here at 220. But it's been an uptrend for some time already. So usually, you want to be on the side of that it will break down, because remember we did talk about the VSA turbo trading. Usually once it's gone up so long, red pentagon will pop up. So you only want to go in after the green pentagon, because at this stage here, the red pentagon will come out and then sell off. You see the point, right? So after sell off, you wait first. So keep those in mind, and remember the list that I've shared with you earlier on. You have this list. Keep this list with you, because these are all the good stocks. And also this list here, you can take a photo of this one in here and check back later in here. Tiguan, YTL Power, RC Capital. I think RC Capital is not too bad too. RCE Capital. Yep, this one is started to push up already, 270. Right, continue to go up. So sometimes when they do the third breakout here, okay, we want it to push up. Okay, and let's take a look at the financials here. Right, you can see they're doing 13 times. Pay a 4% dividend, and this is from the, I think this one got a lot of smart money buying. Let me see. RCE Capital, I think. Let's check out first. Only here. Cempaka and by Tan Sri Asman Hashim bought around just above 2 ringgit. Now it's 270. Still in a nice uptrend. Okay, right. So keep that in mind. You want to wait for the green pentagon, only you want to come in. Okay. Any stocks that you want me to Look at fuel prices. Now remember back in just the end of September, I was sharing some US stock trade idea in here, and they're done pretty well too. Let's take a look at the US side. I mainly stick to those that is kind of very popular. First one we had was XOM, which is the Exxon Mobil benefiting from the war. But since then, we did see the ceasefire right now in the next 4 days between the Hamas and the Israeli. So that would also means all prices are getting weak. But you still need to break above the 200-day moving average. But it looks like it will retest back the old high here. Next one is Visa. Visa done pretty well from the low base here. Bounce up 232 to 252. Continue to go higher. Okay, these are also very good. See, but 30 times. See, US, they don't pay as much dividend like what I just shared with you earlier on. Right? Most of them, they don't pay that much. ExxonMobil is the only one that pays pretty good. I think 3%, 3.64%. PE or 10 times. But nobody want oil and gas, right? Because of the climate change and so forth. So it's not that popular. So next one is Apple. You see Apple continue to zoom lah, straight up since the green pentagon, and I think the November rally will test the $200 inside there. And not to forget Microsoft. Microsoft also pull back. Wow, jump to 378.30. Looks like another stock's gonna run up with it, man. This is a nice, Microsoft is the generative AI which I talk about. If you have this, continue to run it. And it's pretty good. Okay, we got James here is GFM. GFM also very nice. 24 cents, but it is a fundamental stock, undervalued. 7 times PE. Okay, not too bad, but very small market cap. Do take note. These are small caps, so usually we look above 250 million. 250 million, because you can get stuck there because not much volume. But then again, nice one, let it run. I think James, you got it correct. Say James Lee. Okay, we got Alampang CFM. Computer Forms double bottom here. You can see I think you facing resistance here. Double bottom means a strength already, right? Still in stage 1, ready to mark up to a stage 2, but has to take out the 90 cent to show some continuation first. Still looks good, right? Volumes are coming in here. This is a goreng stock again, this one, but this one are not the undervalued stocks. You can see they still making loss right? And also very kecil, you can see, right? 48 million, easy to manipulate one. That's why when I choose those stocks, you go back to the list there. You see here, there, the market cap 250 million. So make sure your thing not stuck there Okay, so that's something I hope you all will learn tonight too. So we done that. Too. Okay, a little bit of update on the US side, which I do. So you can see the easing ceasefire in the Middle East conflict. Oil and gas and gold will be out of favor very soon. The US corporate did very well. The Nvidia stocks, the news that I've shared with you, seems to be kicking high. So the rotation now is rotating back to the technology sectors and semiconductors. Okay, so that's your focus you should be in. Right, the positive outcome between Xi and Biden November meeting will ensure that no war is going to happen, at least not in the shorter term. And also the Federal Reserve has done up with the rate hike. So today I probably going to end a bit earlier. You can see I had a sore throat as well as a flu, right? So this is pretty much what I've said, re-emphasize again. The emerging market like us, we are very cheap, all right? So some of the stocks we talk about there are generally more for short-term trading. They have good fundamentals. They pay good dividend. But if you're just trading them for shorter term, you may not enjoy the benefit of the dividend, right? Major projects are still going on. So you wait for the construction to taper off a bit, find for support and pull back, then you can go on. Okay, thank you, Nora. So let's take a look at ELTK. We got another one. ELTK. This is a US stock, looks good. Okay, let's look at the financials. 13 time pay dividend. What did they do? Flexport. This one technology one. Jalan one, this one. This one, ELTK is, yeah, it's only Nasdaq. I don't think this is a Malaysian stock. So one more thing before we go, right, is the member series 7th of September to 7th of April is still ongoing. We are currently still doing that, and our Monday live stock trading is idea is still going on, right? For those of our members, please join in. And we got Cap also. I'll take a look at Nora too. After this, follow me and learn how to trade professionally using the VSA method. For those of you who are thinking to join our mentoring for the Series 2 for the next 6 months, we're still ongoing in here, and we hope to achieve very good result based on our back testing here. You can see it, right? And some of these stocks, XL, I think already in the money. OpenSys pull back a bit. Jaya Tiasa, we did take profit for Laform, but Laform also fly, I think, right? Laform, yeah, it went up and then pull back. This was a big pullback, 8% in here, but it's time in lah. Have to take your profit and go with it. Okay. Okay, Cap Jabaran, which is the, yep, whoa, this is a nice one too, right? You can see poultry business, fly and retracted, yeah. Once they took out the take out the upthrust, pop, 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 pop all the way. But it washes you completely here, right? Sometimes they do that, as you can see, you know? Yeah. So follow me on Monday. And whole point is that I want our member to learn how to trade professionally, having a right mindset, see profit, see the setup, do the trade, cut loss, run your profit, and grow your account. That's how we, just like some of our members in here to do that has done very well, and they are, you know, leading towards a very professional investor and trading process in here, which I think many of you can also do. All right. So that's all I have for tonight. I apologize for not able to keep it longer. As I can see, I have... all right. So I'm just going to stop here. I'll be back on Friday, okay, for our breakfast show. And if you feel you want to share our Telegram chat room with your friends so they can join all our education here, please do so. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'll see you on Friday then. Hopefully I recover much better. Good night.